The mission of the Figge Art Museum is bringing art and people together. And today we're learning more about the ways the Quad Cities Cultural Trust is aiding in that mission.
Our mission at the Figge is very simple. We bring art and people together. We do that in a number of different ways. It really becomes whatever you want it to be. So art is in our daily lives. Art is something that people are surrounded by. Maybe it comes in the form of a drawing that you or somebody in your family has made and pinned to the refrigerator, or maybe it's you looking through a book that's been illustrated, seeing a billboard that's being designed as you're driving from point A to point B. At the Figge, what we want to do is provide an opportunity to share what different artists have done over the years in a way that you can hopefully create some personal meaning, a relationship with that piece. You can be inspired by it. Maybe you love it, maybe you absolutely don't love it, but art elicits an emotion, and we want to explore that and then hopefully give people an opportunity to really build these tools that they can take into their daily lives outside of the museum. So we do all of that, but we also have a lot of fun. For the past almost 2 decades, the Cultural Trust has been integral to how the Figge Art Museum has been able to not only survive but thrive. So in the beginning, it developed out of this relationship around funding, but it has grown to be something so much more. What is very special about the funding that has helped us get to this point today in 2024 and ready to launch beyond is that it supports operations. So these are unrestricted funds that allow us to do the work that we need to do in order to serve the programs to the community that we would like to serve. Now, what is cool about us moving forward with the Trust, what I think is a new energy that's really been growing in the past few years, is that the Quad Cities Cultural Trust is interested in having a partnership that's much deeper than that. And what I mean by that is we work together from the beginning to think about transformative experiences around culture that can really help people not only get to know the legacy partners better, but also understand the role that culture plays in their daily lives. For us, of course, it's important to think about visual arts, but we really consider creativity to come in many forms. And so we love collaborating with the legacy partners and with the Cultural Trust to make sure that everybody in the Quad Cities and the immediate region has access to that. So specifically for us, as we celebrate our 20th year in the building and our 100th anniversary of the Collections Foundation, we're going to be working with the Cultural Trust around some exciting initiatives for the centennial celebration. One of them, the biggest one that some people may have heard of, but others may not have, is that we're going to be flipping the switch on a light sculpture, the largest public light sculpture in Iowa, and actually the largest public light sculpture out of many states. This is the light sculpture by artist Leo Villarreal. He is world renowned for the work that he does. He's going to be putting fixtures and coating them so that they are illuminating the entire Figge facade. And this is a piece that we're going to be celebrating and turning on with the public later in the year. The Cultural Trust is going to be a big part of that celebration. So I can't say more than that at this moment, but we're all very excited to be collaborating around this. So our local artists are amazing, and we love to celebrate their talent and creativity at every level. We have an entire gallery dedicated to the community. It's called the Mary Waterman Gildahouse Community Gallery, and we make sure that we're looking at all of that talent and creativity from a very young age all the way up to adulthood. For example, coming up soon, we'll have a series of young artist exhibitions where every school district in the immediate region picks the best pieces that represent the creativity happening in their classrooms for K through 5 students. We put them on view, we celebrate these young artists, and then we move on to the next district. So it's a very energized, exciting time. We also are getting ready to open up the College Invitational. These are regional college students who are putting all of their passion into these works, and they've been identified by their professors as being the best examples of the creativity happening there. Now, in terms of other artists, especially professional artists in the area, we like to work in tandem with Quad City Arts, one of our legacy partners with the Cultural Trust, to make sure we're differentiating. Quad City Arts really supports growing and launching as well as continuing the sustainability of these artists' practices. At the Figge, we like to support that by also working with artists, especially those who have worked with Quad City Arts, to showcase what they're doing. At the Figge, we believe that art transforms lives, and we want to make sure that we're taking away any barriers that exist for people to be able to have access to that. So we do offer a number of classes and programs that are free to the public. every second Saturday of the month, we are free all day long. We have complimentary snacks. We have a lot of really cool initiatives that are happening in the galleries. So we hope people come out and check that out. Those are our second Saturdays, easy enough to remember. And this is going to be going on for as long as we foresee. So it's something we're going to be able to really count on offering. Another thing is our outreach to the schools. So we send educators out to the schools so that they can work with the art teachers or whatever the curriculum area is to show students that art is in all things. So if you're studying social studies and you're talking about ancient Egypt, we're going in and bringing in ratios and figure drawing and personal identity, thinking about twisted perspective, all of these things that maybe students have seen in their textbook as an illustration but haven't considered as they've been making art themselves. So outreach is really important to us. It's the way that the Cultural Trust partners with us. Again, going back to the support that comes in many forms. So at the base level, they are providing funding and saying we trust the Figge to know how to use these funds. That allows us to grow our staff so that we can send our staff members out to community schools at no cost to the public. That allows us to make sure that we are expanding what we're offering in the galleries, even if it's not specifically program-based. Those programmatic dollars, those restricted funds that we get are so important, but what really allows us to utilize them is that foundation that the Cultural Trust has provided for us. So I think that that's one way. And then there are other things that the Cultural Trust does, like this Culture Bright campaign that we're celebrating. The Figge has been a part of that. We're so grateful to participate in that. Also, they were very supportive of other programs we've done. Recently, Tricks and Treats, which was a phenomenal program at the museum. I hope everybody comes to that next year. They allowed us to take this event to the next level, offer for free to the public an experience that cannot be duplicated anywhere else. So we're very grateful for that.